Hey, what's up guys, this is Control the Board, and this is going to be a deck run through of my Combo Priest variant. This is a list that utilizes cheap minions and cheap buffs to create really big minions. For example, you can use Deathlord, and then simply a Divine Spirit and an Inner Fire to create a 16/16. It's a relatively difficult deck to pilot, I'd say way up there. At the top with Freeze Mage for a wild format, it's definitely not easy to play. But the gist of the deck is you try to develop a board of minions and then buff them up with Divine Spirit, Inner Fire, Valen's Chosen to make minions like Deathlord very strong and powerful. Then you will end the game in one turn or two turns with say a 16/16 or 32/32 Deathlord hitting your opponent in the face. Key things to think about when playing about this deck are the types of removal your opponent has, whether that's something like Hex and Shaman, Equality and Paladin, for the hards, or for soft removal like say Lightning Storm and Shaman, Flame Strike and Mage. Making plays you really need to keep key turns in mind, like say 3 for Shaman. Maybe you should Power Word Shield your Northshire Cleric, so it's a 1/5 instead of a 1/3, so it's out of range of dying to the Lightning Storm, for example. When mulliganing with this deck against aggro, what you should be looking for is either a solid curve of a 1-drop Northshire Cleric, Zombie Chow, on turn 1, then for turn 2, a 2-drop, like Radiant Elemental, Wild Pyromancer, then on turn 3, a 3-drop, like Deathlord, Acolyte of Pain, or Cabal Talon Priest. The other route against aggro is if you don't have a solid curve of minions, but you have something like an Auchenai Soul Priest or Wild Pyro, is to look for spells to accompany those to clear the board, so you can develop minions on turn 4 or 5 after clearing. Company cards you'd be looking for with Auchenai Soul Priest is a classic Auchenai Soul Priest plus Circle of Healing combo. So you'd want to keep those two together if you can against aggressive decks. And against control decks, you're just simply looking for a curve of minions, the classic 1, 2, 3. So an example of this would be, say, Northshire Cleric into Radiant Elemental into Cabal Talon Priest. Great hand, keep it. Always start with 1 and 2 drops, and then if you have those, keep 3s. Okay, now we talked about the deck a little bit. Let's hop into some gameplay. Okay, Warlock's fine. Radiant's really good, can keep that. Look for a 1 and a 3 on the play. Not too great. Pick up an Inner Fire, this sounds good. On turn 3, it's pretty big. Like to draw like Cleric or Chow though for turn 1. Circle's also not that good. It's a pretty bad hand. Visions is kind of Inner Fire in some cases. Kind of. See if he has a Dark Bomb here. Doomsayer. Start with this. If we get Inner Fire, we can clear the Doomsayer, and we definitely will. Yeah, 100% of the time we'll do it here. Pain is just as good. Yeah, Pain's wonderful here. I'm not going to commit the second Elemental just because of Hellfire. It becomes way too good if I do that. So I'm just going to take the Pain. Pain it and go face, that's it. It's not enough from the Hellfire. Like, basically if I give him the Hellfire, then my whole hand is useless. I have Divine Spirit, Valen's Chosen, Circle of Healing does nothing. Okay, so he opts for the tap instead. Happy with that, for sure. So even now, like, I don't really want to play the Cleric. I'm going to play the Elemental. The mana difference doesn't matter, 1 versus 2. I'm not going to use this turn. If I do, he'll Blast Crystal for sure. I really just want to wait until I get a Inner Fire or just a way to trade, basically. Circle's kind of weird here. And the Kazakus Potion is always going to be good in most cases. Fortunately for us, the way that it works with Polymorph is it polys first and then does the AoE. So we don't have to worry about that. Double Cleric's really good, so we trade and then just go Cleric, Cleric, Hero Power into Circle. We basically just draw a shit ton of cards, it's nice. Potion's good. We could Power Word first. I think we want to be buffing these as well. Naru's really nice. It's better to hold that over the Circle. I don't think so. Just Circle. It shouldn't be too relevant in this matchup. And the Acolyte, okay. I think we buff the Cleric as well. So spreading here just means the AoE is not good and we're basically just hedging against potential Polymorph Potion. That's about it. So with this state, actually specifically thinking about 4 AoE Potion, I should have Naru'd over Circled. Because Circle's way better refill. So that's my bad. That's just like one specific scenario though. Coin Siphon. Deal with one cleric's fine. Okay, he clears a 4-7 instead of the 3-7, interesting. I mean, to each their own, right? Everybody has their own way of playing the game. Don't necessarily agree with that though myself. We've just seen siphons, so I think it's fine to just do this. And really buff up the one cleric and just go face. It's basically just saying, hey, I draw an inner fire, you lose. It's really important in this list against control decks that have single target removal is just to pace your threats like this. Not something I do against a deck like Control Warrior, but against Arena Lock that has just lots of single target removal, this is a really good strategy. Dark Bomb's fine. And Shredder. Okay, that's not very good for him, to be honest. It's really just not that great at all. We could do that and just Naru and see what happens. We draw 2 cards. And then we get a Hero Power, so we get to draw 4 effectively, which is really good. The odds of us picking up an Inner Fire are pretty high if we get 4 draws. And then we have the 5th one with the Acolyte, which is really nice. I think that's what we do here. Because it is just guaranteed if we ever scoop that. Okay, another draw effect is really nice. Chow is good. One thing to keep in mind here is that we do only have... We need to have 3 mana to do the Divine Spirit Inner Fire. We need to do this just draw before our turn goes on for too long. So Deathlord draws. Okay. We can do this as well now. So again, this is just fishing. We really hope that we get it. It's not always going to be guaranteed though. And we can bump here first, I guess, see what happens. Okay, so we trade here, see what's up. No Inner Fire. A little bit rough there as far as the Pano goes for that. Just gonna drop the Deathlord and go face then. So we have a really wide board still, and we're probably not gonna lose this board state on turn 7. Because the minions don't get removed. Everything's just way too spread out. Hellfire is fine. So we do overdraw here as well, which is relevant. Demon Wrath is good. Okay, but that's more than enough mana to win with. Just go Divine Spirit, Inner Fire. And that's basically how you win with this deck against control lists. Just pace your threats, create a big minion. And you can get there too. Even against stuff like Doomsayer on turn 2 that you can't deal with very easily. Pretty simple and solid game. Nice, top 10. Let's get it.